The articulation tab is on the back side, catching the tails of the keys. So I'm just marking the spots on the adjustment bar where the screws have to go to catch the tails of the two keys, this tail and this tail here. So I've just got these, they're just forced on. This one's kind of loose actually. That doesn't matter where that is. We just need to mark where I need to drill. So one right there. And the other one there. Just a bit. Get rid of that. Let's do that again. Get it right. And that should be it. Okay, I've drilled the articulation bar for the adjustment screws. And now I'm just going to mark the tails of the B and the A to see where I have to file down a flat spot so that it corresponds with the adjustment tab. I have the parts just sitting here on the upper stack, so nothing's been soldered, but everything looks exactly where I want it, and I wanted to make sure that the rotation of this bar was good so that when it pushes down on those tails, it pushes down right at a 90-degree angle or as close to it as I can. So what I'm going to do is I'll take some silver solder flux and I'm going to flux up this joint here and heat it up. And that's enough to kind of just hold it there. It kind of temporarily glues it until I can get it in the jig and silver solder it. Just going to heat up this flux just so that it kind of temporarily glues those two pieces together. That should be pretty good. I'll just let that cool off and then I can put it in the jig and silver solder it. Now that I have these pieces soldered together, I can finish the C key with the key heights, making sure that the key heights are all the same. And I've got a little space underneath this bar for room for the corks and the head of the adjustment screw. There should be enough there, maybe just a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and flux that up to kind of glue it together temporarily, and then we'll solder it. This should go fairly smoothly. I forgot to take the pad out before I fluxed everything up, and I don't want to risk breaking this joint getting that pad out. So the pad's just probably going to fall out. I'm not going to use it again anyway, so there's the finished C key. Could be cleaned up just a little bit more, but I think it's looking pretty good. The adjustment screws are right in the correct place, which is great. Next thing to do is I'm going to put a post on here and terminate this stack right at the A, and I'll use this post that I usually goes at the end of the vis way down on way down by the lower stack. But this shaft is going to be short, and then I'm going to make another shaft for this section. This is going to be the G sharp and the bis, and I'll probably steal this post, put it here, and I'm going to make a post for here that's going to have 2 holes, one for this shaft and one sticking above for a pivot screw that the G is going to pivot on. I want the G separate from this stack. So we'll probably go ahead with this post, and then we'll start modifying the G sharp and bis assembly. Cleaned up this post, and now I'm going to solder it on. It's already tinned. So I'm just going to press down while I heat it up so that it sits nice and flush on the body. Heat up body around it.